and see if he's back there somewhere.
Well, good morning, everyone. And the Lord of Toxicity's feeling a lot better today. So we're going to go forward with our Buffyverse review of Wild at Heart and Sense and Sensitivity. I'll be joined by a couple of my usual suspects here, Critter Kingsford, Northern English Bastard. Gentlemen, how are you this morning?
Doing good.
Doing fine.
Doing good.
Okay, well, without further ado, we are a couple of soldiers short today, but we will we'll carry on with the mission. And let's talk about Wild at Heart. So this is an Oz and Willow-centric episode, but they do take the time to kind of throw in a few things for the chronology of what we're doing with season 4, the big thing being the initiative, and then Spike's introduction into the group proper. Starts off with Buffy running down campus, and she's got a vamp following her in plain view of all these other people, which I thought, are they trying to like subvert expectations by having that happen, or that she's just doing this right there on campus, or is that like taking a poke at how dangerous campuses are or something? I don't know, but Buffy handles the guy pretty easily and then does a little quippy dialogue bullshit, and then we've got Spike hovering above like he did in the previous Angel episode that he had appeared on, and given the whole villain speech, the big bad is back and blah, 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 which gets subverted quickly while he's doing his little exposition and, monologuing.
You sly dog! You got me monologuing! I can't believe
That's
Which
what I thought of when he got interrupted.
Yeah, and he gets popped by the initiative who, have tasered him. Would tasers work on a vampire, though?
Electrical current? Probably.
I've always been dubious.
I know vampires are undead, but they still use their brain, and there's still an energy where they can transform and whatever.
That's why sometimes it's good to have a Star Trek fucking tech nerd on the show.
It's not even it, you son of a bitch.
Because it's like you have a question like that, you're like, would that work? And he's like, well, the synapses in his brain would be short-circuited by the taser mentality. I think in this universe they don't even call them tasers, though. They call them blasters. I think Xander calls it a blaster later on, or no, actually no, it's Riley calls it a blaster, which is interesting, but whatever. Phaser, blaster, whatever the hell, taser. Anyway, its purpose is to knock out the target, and Spike gets dragged off, and he's not seen again for the rest of the episode, but he will be back, I assure you. And we get the Bronze, and we get Giles trying to be cool. Giles has hung out with the guys before. I don't know why this was written in such a manner. Are they just taking the piss out of Giles? Because he's hung out with the guys before.
At the bar, at the Bronze, or just in general?
I think so.
Like he's had dinner at houses and they hang out in the library, but I don't.
I don't recall either. This might be the first time I've seen him at the Bronze.
Like he's actually out and about.
Poor Giles. Giles and Xander really get sidelined in this season. That's one thing I don't really care for. I mean, they both get a lot of good stuff, and they have a Giles-centric episode coming up in a few episodes, which is one of my favorite of the series, much less the season. But they really didn't know what to do with these guys during this time. And I'm not sure all of the, when you have a character that you really like and respect, like Giles, or at least just have a fondness for with Xander, it really annoys me that when they get written in like a buffoonery, like you guys are off to the sideline type thing. I don't care for that. And then we got Veruca's back again, singing again. And, very obvious attraction between her and Oz again. Willow's doing it.
That side eye.
Yeah, that fucking side eye is great. That's a great slide I got right there. And, it's very obvious that he's, going from 6 to midnight underneath that table. That she should have been like, hey, can you go get me a drink? And see if he fucking falls for it, to see if he had a chub. But the next day, Buffy wearing her, I don't know what the fuck's going on with this. Did Buffy join a gang because they're in LA or something? Like, why is she wearing the do-rag on her head? What are you doing, Buffy?
Maid service.
Oh, she's cleaning.
Yeah,
she's cleaning.
Yeah. Apartment later.
That would actually been a really cool sideline storyline. But she's just trying to say, no, Oz isn't gonna cheat. So of course, if you have a female friend, this just goes to show you, it doesn't matter who the female is, they're stupid. They don't understand. Of course, guys cheat. They fucking cheat all the time. This is one I wanted to bring to the panel. So at least I have you guys, if not the full panel. So Maggie gets attacked by one of the werewolves, then gets attacked by another of the werewolves, which, of course, it's fucking Veruca. You can look at it and be like, even though that's a stunt double with makeup, it's clearly Veruca. Duh.
How many blonde werewolves are there?
Right. So Maggie gets attacked. That's interesting in and of itself that it just happens to be Maggie. But here's the other part. Later, she's like explaining it to people. Like, I was attacked by this big vicious dog and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, well, that's what a regular person would do. But knowing what we know now, why did they do what? Do we have an explanation for that? Why would Maggie be talking to regular civilians about? Wouldn't she have just gone down to the nerve center and been like, so 2 werewolf hostiles attacked me last night, ready the team? Like, why is she doing that? Like, why is she pretending like she's like a normal person, giving up that? And like, what's the purpose of that?
Yeah. I have
this is not really my favorite.
No, go ahead. You have more info than I do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this episode makes that much sense as well. I mean, apart from maybe there's a lot of stuff in this writing that kind of not made sense, especially the way Oz is sort of handled trying to keep fucking bitch werewolf caged so she doesn't hurt anyone, but because there's the writing's all over the place.
Well, that didn't make sense to me at the time, but as I've gotten older, I think what he wanted was to have her as like a little side piece and have Willow as his main thing. I think that's my feeling on that. That
I never really saw that with Oz though. I mean, he never seems to be that kind of guy.
I don't know, man. It makes sense to me. That's what I would have done.
Keep in mind that this is another werewolf. He's a werewolf. Not a lot of werewolves, and here's a female werewolf, so it's gonna take his attention away from his girlfriend.
Yeah, the Maggie thing doesn't make a lot of sense. The only thing the Maggie thing makes sense for is for us, the audience, because at this point, us, the audience, we don't know that she's the Initiative's female, fucking Karen version of Nick Fury. Like we don't know that at this point, but in universe, they know that. So like, why? I mean, is it just to throw us off?
Yeah, because I'm still new to this. Spoiler alert, I'm aware of some of the different things that happen in the future from the few episodes, but I did not know that she was embedded in the shield.
Right.
Yeah, so for me, it's like, okay, it made sense, but knowing that she's like an agent of shield,
right?
That it is odd unless it's just for simplifying the story. I don't know.
I'm not convinced it's anything other than.
That's just lazy writing.
Yeah, probably is another reason why this is a weaker episode, because some of the stuff just doesn't make sense. It's basically, okay, we need to throw the audience off. I can't think of a convenient reason. Let's just kind of do it anyway.
Yeah. Well. Anyway. Uh-oh, why am I echoing? Who's got me echoing? Oh, there we go. So Oz realizes, he's the last one to fucking realize, of course, it's Veruca, because of fucking course it's fucking Veruca. And, she's just throwing her cat at him the next day while they're going through. But this is a dick move here. I get it that they were naked and they ripped through their clothes when they went wolf. I get that. But at the same time, it's like, you're just going to go through people's laundry and steal their fucking clothes. That sucks, man. That's a shit thing to do. As someone
it's just that we can see her in her bra.
Yeah, no, she doesn't do a lot for me. She had been in a 90210 episode a few years before this, or right around this time, like in 97, 98, and she doesn't do a whole lot for me. I mean, this would be like a get drunk and like bang one out with her type thing, but I mean, she's very clear. I mean, she's for sure doing butt stuff. So I mean, I guess there's that. But anyway, she gives the whole, I'm a sexy werewolf, you're a werewolf, we need to be killer werewolves together, and he's doing the whole, no, but I'm just a regular guy, and and then she gives him the big fucking Amanda Seyfried fucking eye fucking thing here to try to explain to him. She does look cute in the face, I mean, but the little tiny pixie type girls I don't really care for, but man, she's like Timu Amanda Seyfried, you know what I'm saying?
Got it.
Oh my God.
I actually agree.
She was totally giving you the fuck me eyes.
No, she wasn't.
She was giving you the fuck me eyes.
What are the fuck me eyes?
It's some women just have fuck me eyes.
Do I have fuck me eyes?
Now you have give us the ring, my precious eyes.
That's all I think about when I was like clipping these scenes. I'm like, Jesus, this is Amanda Seyfried before Amanda Seyfried was a thing, at least a few years before. And so it's a bunch of back and forth. This episode doesn't have a lot of meat in it. So for those that don't know, Seth Green in the late 90s was kind of blown up. He was in a bunch of different movies. I mean, not the least of which, I mean, he was a big summer movie thing. He had the Jennifer Love Hewitt coming of age movie. He had Idle Hands, the fucking Lost in the Woods romp movie. He was just popping up everywhere. So we know now that he was developing Robot Chicken at the time with one of his buddies. So it was one of those things where, he just couldn't keep up with the schedule that they have, which, as I understand it, was pretty demanding for this show. So they just kind of were like, well, we'll write you out of the show. We're not going to kill you off because we want to give you a chance to come back, but we're going to kind of write you out of the show with that. And so, they have this episode, which I kind of feel, it's a good, solid episode, but it is a little ham-fisted.
Now it sounds like it serves its purpose to remove him from the show.
Yeah, when you give that context, it does kind of make me wonder if the writers were kind of running around looking for something to try and help the show after Seth Green started to blow up a little bit, like you said.
I don't know if it was the right way to handle it. I think it's one of those things that I think it could have been done better, but I mean they did.
I agree. I agree. This episode never really sat right with me, even on the third or fourth time watching it.
It's definitely was set up properly. I'll say that they did take the time, because you saw the Halloween episode, you saw the episode. The roommate episode. I don't know all of the Veruca sightings. I think Beer Bad she pops up in. So she was around in the background, and because I had seen her on 90210, I knew she was going to be bigger than just a cameo or something like that. But and she's a good actress. I mean, I'm kind of taking the piss out of her a little bit, calling her like a little pixie slut. But I mean, she is a good actress in this. She plays this role really good, and she's both equally she's scary in that scene with Willow right there, where she comes in and she's gonna kill Willow for Oz. I mean, she's really good. She's actually somewhat frightening. I do like it, and I do like the fact that she's kind of trying to bring Oz to the dark side of the Force, so to speak, or whatever. So I mean, that's cool. I don't have a problem with it. I do have a problem with some of the mechanics of this episode, like this whole thing. Okay, so once they realize Veruca's the problem, Buffy and Oz are going to go track her down. Shouldn't Oz have the fucking trank gun since it's well renowned that Buffy's horrible with firearms of any kind, and Oz, although he might have his hyper senses, he doesn't have any powers during the day, but Buffy does. Shouldn't Buffy have something else? And then he has the trank gun. This doesn't make a lot of sense.
I
And then
almost think like they were probably not trying to get him out quickly, but maybe in terms of production schedule, he wanted out. They maybe rushed this together. I almost wonder if he was happy on the show and did not happy. I shouldn't say it like that. If he didn't want off and he was going to be able to handle everything, I wonder if this episode would have taken place a little bit later, where they could have fleshed out
that's a
better
good point.
story and included Veruca in other episodes. Like it would have been an ongoing thing, maybe,
Yeah.
versus Monster of the Week. So I kind of feel like they had to get this done. He wants to leave the show, and that's why you can go through it with a fine tooth comb and go, man, if they had another 2 weeks to write this and hammer this shit out, this might have been a more solid episode.
That's a really good point. I agree with that. I think that's probably the best explanation. But they realized they got bait and switched with Veruca, and Buffy runs into an initiative guy. One of the at this point, I think they're calling them the commando guys. They don't know it's, obviously it's the initiative. So Buffy runs into him. They're both got trank guns. So he was obviously hunting Veruca as well. And why he was by himself, though, that's a weird, because up to this point, we've seen them all in teams. So why was this guy off by himself like that? He gets separated from his unit. I don't know. There's a lot of, you know what? I'm just going to chalk it up to this.
Oh, that's just lazy writing.
I mean, ultimately, they just want the breakup shit to happen. And look at Gollum here with these fucking eyes. He's just like, yeah, oh, look, it's getting dark. It would have been kind of cool to see Willow unleash here with some of this magic and maybe like fling her. Like she gets so upset, she like flings her up against the wall with her powers or something. That would have been pretty cool. I would have liked to have seen that. That's how I would have written it. But anyway, Oz comes in and saves the day and winds up biting Veruca's fucking throat out, which was pretty fucking brutal. And then he's going after Willow because people forget sometimes Oz the werewolf, he can't control that shit. And he goes after Willow, and luckily Buffy got in there right in the nick of time, and they managed to together to get him tranked and stopped. So yeah, no, good stuff right there. And then of course we have the fucking heartbreaking scene, which I have a quick clip of. This is whatever else you may say about this episode, Allison Hannigan acts her fucking ass off in this episode. I mean, she is just, boy, I don't know if they like murdered a puppy off screen or something and made her watch it. I don't know how they get her to this, but woof, boy, she belts it out here. So here we go.
I don't know.
Oh, bless her alert. Oh, she could actually fucking cry. She can.
Yeah, she's a good crier.
Anything else?
Even in How I Met Your Mother, when she cries, I fucking feel it.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that show religiously, the How I Met Your Mother, but there were some episodes that were just, I mean, what the comedy was comedy, but when they got serious, holy crap.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean,
Oh, sweetie, we'll make you
oh,
feel
Sydney,
better.
sweetie, I'll never make you cry unless you want me to. Unless you want me to. Yeah, but and that is a great line. That's a Joss Whedon written line right there. You're like, don't you love me? My whole life I've never loved anything else. Joss knows how to write those fucking epic banger lines right there, man.
Yeah, for someone with this kind of dark sense of humor, he's a fucking romantic when you think about it.
Yeah, no, facts. But yeah, man, that's I mean, we blew through that pretty quick. There's not really much to, it's a really simple episode. It's an Oz and Willow breakup and werewolf episode. I mean, it is just that. There's really not, it's just meat and potatoes. I don't have too much, and we know the backstory reason is that Oz had to, I'm sorry, excuse me. Seth Green had a movie career he wanted to get to, and he had to bow out of that. And and then this brings the narrative to a kind of interesting thing, which is, of course, spoiler alert, Willow's going to be switching over to chicks because once a girl's heart is broken enough times, she goes to the safety of the Pink Mafia, and gets herself a little clam bake happening. But anyway, I don't know. I love Oz, but I'm not going to lie. Tara, in my mind, is a much better character. She's a much more developed character than Oz. As much as I love Oz, I got to admit, I kind of prefer Tara. But I guess we'll get to that when we get to it. But anyway, thoughts on this episode? Favorite quote?
Veruca goes, "You have a cage," and Oz is like, "Don't you?"
Yeah. It's got a little ball and running wheel and all that stuff.
That's right. Yeah, she continues.
What's your ultimate thoughts on this episode, Critter?
I liked it. It's not a strong episode, and
being an animal yourself, I feel
exactly. I mean, and I like the makeup when the two different variations of a werewolf, more feminine.
Yeah,
werewolf,
I
like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
And again, there's clearly, and again, just to repeat myself, it looks like they rushed this to get this into production. It could have used some more, another look over, some issues, like you said, like the one soldier by himself made no sense. Just get another guy in an outfit holding a gun in the background. That's all. But
Right.
I liked it. It was a fine episode. It's enjoyable, mostly because a lot of this cast is very watchable. Even with your main characters just doing kind of like a walk on. Hey, yeah, we're still in this universe, and then off they go back home while Oz and Willow deal with their shit.
All right, thank you, Northern. What about you, buddy?
It's not one of my favorite episodes. I mean, the actress, she's okay, but I always felt like she was trying so hard to come across seductive and evil in my view. And it's the old Oz and Willow breaking up.
She's chewing the scenery quite a bit. I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, and I think the whole breakup thing could have been handled a bit better. Like he could have maybe tried and nailed some chains and that, and maybe kept her in prison before she fucking turned into a werewolf. So that way, I don't know. That way they wouldn't probably mate. I don't know. But then again, it looks like he does have only one cage, so it is understandable. And it probably would have been a lot worse if she was chained up and he wasn't. And yeah, but once again, Alison Hannigan, she acts her ass off. Ozzy still, even when he does something a little bit shitty, you understand that he has no control over it, and he is still a good guy. He still gets some very good sort of like stoic one-liners, and I love how Buffy, he tries to explain himself to Buffy, and she's like, I think you better stick to that trade. I think that trademark stoicism should be stuck to I forgot the actual line.
She says, I got you. She says, Oz, this might be one of your time for your trademark stoicism.
That's it. Yeah, fucking hell, my brain is not good today.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
It's not my favorite quote. My favorite quote was, "I know why I'm sat in a dank, sunless room, but why are you?"
Yeah. Of course, my favorite quote is the Oz, don't you love me? And my whole life, I've never loved anything else. I really like it because not only does it have a lot of impactfulness, you actually believe it. From what we know of these two characters with Oz, I mean, he's really never shown any kind of affection. I mean, of course he likes his band and he's a good friend to the rest of the Scoobies and stuff, but he really only shows any real love or affection to Willow. That's basically it. But anyway, it's overall not a great episode, but it's impactful, so I'll allow it. There are a few clunkers, and I did warn of this. I said once we leave season 3 and we go into season 4, it's like we have like huge epic highs and then like kind of clunker lows. But anyway, a much better tandem Angel episode coming up here. Let's do the little intro real quick as we jump into Angel Sense and Sensitivity. There we go. It's such a weird trying to learn all these new buttons and stuff like that. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Anyway, let's share screen here. Do this the easy way. And we've got Kate is working on a case. And while she's working on a case, she's trying to find not even a supernatural thing. She's just trying to find some mafia hitman type guy or underboss named Little Tony. And she's having a fucking Dickens of a time finding him. And the other cop does exposition after she roughs up a couple suspects and violates people's rights and says, who are we going to get? He's either compromised the rest of the police force or, he's got too many people hiding him and, we need someone to track him down. And of course she goes to Team Angel, who are busy fighting some sort of Magothla demon down in the sewers. And Cordy's bitching about how Angel's closed off. And while she's busy bitching about Angel being closed off and not being, super friendly with them, and they have to dismember the fucking monster. I love the I love the monster in the background choking Doyle out and shit like that. But yeah, so opening credits and R.I.P. Glenn Quinn. This is all Cordy, the be careful what you wish for bullshit with Cordy. You want Angel to be more open and sensitive. Well, guess what? It's coming. And she's, bitching at him again, and they're still covered in goo. And, he's like, well, I'm the boss, and this is my detective agency, and blah, 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 blah. And then Kate comes in to ask Angel for help. I like this. I like this PI. I like when they do the PI stuff with Angel. It's not that I don't like his overarching, Shanshu prophecy, fighting evil thing. I like that too. But I love when he gets like a case and he has to like work on a case and do PI type stuff because he's strangely good at it. Like some of the stuff that he does, there's not enough of him doing that. He puts his guys on research so they can try to figure out where, I keep wanting to call him Fat Tony, but is Fat Tony from The Simpsons? Is that why I want to say that?
Yeah.
So bad?
Yeah.
Fat Tony's The Simpsons. Okay. So
yeah.
I wonder if they knew that. That can't be a coincidence. But yeah, he has his people doing research to see if they can find him. And I guess they figure out that, he's got a one-way ticket out. Now, how the cops were not able to do this, are we just supposed to understand that the cops were so compromised that they couldn't figure this stuff out? Because it's not like they did anything like supernatural in order to find Little Tony. They just did regular detective work. So how come Kate and her crew couldn't do it? Is
lazy writing?
Lazy writing. Yeah, it's probably lazy fucking writing again. So this guy right here that's playing Kate's dad is a character actor. I don't know his name. It doesn't matter, but he'll pop up in a lot of stuff. You ever seen LA Confidential? I think he's the chief of police in LA Confidential. He has an arm that doesn't work, which I found out. And they never address it in any of the roles that I've ever seen him play. It's just that his fucking arm doesn't work and he pretends like it's not a big deal. But if you ever seen him and stuff, you notice that fucking left arm of his does not work. Like it's completely immobile. So I think it's interesting that her dad the dad is a career cop and doesn't outrank Kate. Like, so he's that's called patrol officer 2 because he's got the 2 stripers. So he's a corporal basically. But I mean, he's still a patrol officer. He'd be like a training officer, certainly. But I mean, for a guy that's in his fucking 50s and shit, let me not look up this guy's like CV and then I find out that I'm older than him or shit. Because that's been a recurring nightmare for me lately. I like look up some actor or something that I see like, oh fuck, I'm older than this guy. Like this guy that looks like really old. I'm like, oh god, no bueno. But they have some sort of standoffish relationship. He's the harsh, gruff, real man, cop. And that's why we get, probably wanted a son and instead got this smoking hot daughter. And she became a cop to fucking, show that, look, you can still love me, daddy. So anyway,
daddy, where we going, daddy?
Oh, you're gonna make me okay.
Daddy, when are we filming, daddy? Come on, daddy. Come on, mama. Let's do it, daddy. Let's film, daddy.
Yeah, you guys wanted it, so I did it for you.
I was getting proper vibes off her in this episode. I was getting those vibes off her in this episode.
Yeah, for sure. Angel's got his thermal thing on. He's doing the whole detective thing. I I can't tell you what a fucking chub I have. I guess it's like when do you guys ever watch shows or movies and then the people are doing your job and you're just like, and then they're doing it actually like correctly, so it like gives you like a big chub, or is that just me?
No, I get it. I understand. I mean, come on. You're in a job that you're pretty good at, and you like to, and you kind of like doing it, even though it probably means putting up with a lot of assholes. But when something captures what you're going for, you relate to it.
Yeah. Critter, when you see movies and old people are playing bingo and shuffleboard and they're doing it correctly, does that make you happy when you see stuff like that?
Yes, it does. Yes.
Or when nerds are like, it got like little beak. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, any Star Trek thing, you're probably
kick the can when the Utes are playing kick the can.
Yeah.
Or button, who's got the button? Yeah.
But yeah, Angel manages to track him down and then realizes that the cops are not going to make it in time and he's got to do something. And I fucking love he sees the boat coming. Tony and his goons are getting ready to haul ass. And I'm not going to lie, dude. This is one of my my most favorite of all the fucking Angel scenes in the entire series is him doing Herb Saunders from fucking Baltimore. So hopefully I can get away with this clip because I gotta play it because it's so fucking good. So here we go.
I'll be laughing a lot. It's so good.
Hi. It's exciting, isn't it? I just love boat trips.
Who's the mook?
Herb Saunders, Baltimore.
It's Herb Saunders.
Gripes, the freeways you people have in this town. I've been driving around circles all day, but the bro.
I gotta love David Boreanaz when he gets to be
2 hours.
He is so good in
He's
this.
still lost.
No.
That's not the boat to Catalina?
No.
He's got fucking range, this guy. He has.
Here 39. It's here somewhere. I just had it.
Come on, get out of here. Benny, I don't like that guy.
And it's Bob from The Sopranos as well.
Yeah. I love his little line here. The little line delivery he gives right here.
It's the hat, wasn't it? I knew the hat was too much.
It's that. That is so fucking good, man. He's so good in this. But yeah, no, I love the fact that he's got, because in my car, if you go to my car, I've got a bunch of different, usually I don't have anything like that, but I have a Regal Cinema shirt. I've got aprons that I can fucking put on if I got to go after somebody in a restaurant or a bar or something like that, different polo shirts, I have a lot of black polo shirts, which those are ubiquitous. You can wear those anywhere and people pretty much think you're working there. I've got a little construction outfit. My girlfriend likes to say shit like, like when I followed a cheating husband around and he was at a hotel that had a construction conference, like they had a bunch of construction guys there at the hotel. I put my little hard hat on and my road vest, and my girlfriend's like, I took a picture. My girlfriend's like, oh, look at you playing dress up in your little gay job. I'm like, shut up. We don't all get to work for the state, okay? Some of us have to eke out a living doing things like this, so shut up. But yeah, no, this is fucking great, man. I don't know why that tickles me so much, but it really does. And Angel saves the day, but because she used an outsider like this, and maybe because some of these guys were on the take for little Tony and kind of didn't want him to take. That's kind of my thinking there, is that little Tony had it kind of, like they didn't expect Kate to be able to get him. And yeah, that's what I think anyway. So they just used the excuse of hey, you weren't supposed to use a PI. That's not cool. I love this fucking look that this guy gives him, and the hard look that Angel gives him back when he's sitting in the squad car. Like, he gives him this fucking look at Angel's fucking face right there. It's like, what, pussy? I'll rip your head off. Like, what are you doing?
But she knows something's up as well. It was too easy.
Yeah, yeah, because not only that, but there's no supernatural element to it. So we know that the supernatural has to get in here some kind of way. So he of course calls Wolfram and Hart, as you do, and they're gonna figure out a way. Pretty creative way to get him out of this bullshit. It seems like really like they couldn't have just had like a wizard or a sorcerer make like a portal to get him out of the cell. They had to do this big thing that make all the cops hyper like, what does that seem like an overcomplicated solution to like what's generally like they didn't have a shapeshifter they could have employed to like just walk him out or something? Like,
it would have been simpler to put a piece of dynamite on the wall on the outside and blow open the wall.
Yeah, well, yeah, facts. But I mean, I guess so the plot can happen. Cordy's happy that they have like a regular job and they get regularly paid and, blah, blah, blah. And she's still kind of, on her bullshit with the whole, you have to be sensitive and yada, yada, yada. And Angel's feeling good about himself that he actually got to help Kate out and did something cool. And they're becoming like work buddies. And she goes to see that. And again, look, he's not using his arm. Watch him in any he's in a lot of stuff. LA Confidential is, of course, the first thing, but his arm does not work. I don't know what that is. I got to Google that sometime and find out what the deal is. And then we got
on it.
Yeah. What's that? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm on it. John Mahon. Let's have a look.
So we get the whole, I like the fact that this is something that actual cops do have to deal with. This is not they actually predicted the future because you do have to do sensitivity training in law enforcement and they do this bullshit. And I love that Kate gets to like be fleshed out a little bit here and she's taking the piss out of the whole class and, pulling the Billy Butcher bullshit with the talking stick. The boys ripped this off from this. The talking stick thing from season 1 of The Boys got ripped off by this. And I love that this guy's such a smarmy little dick. It's like, is that really what you want to say? Is that really how you should be talking to your fellow peers and things like that? And then Kate's just kind of like taking the piss out of everybody. And he realizes, look at that face. She's got this Elizabeth Robb. She's such a good actress, man. They did not give her enough to do on this show. I'm glad she managed to jump ship and go to Law and Order, where she got a lot more to do. Man, she's fucking sexy. I don't care what anybody says. This should have been
underrated as well. She can play the tough, resourceful badass very well.
Yeah,
and still be vulnerable.
I'm glad they got to bring her back for season 6 in the comic version. She got to come back in Angel after the fall. I'm glad she got to come back for that and do that thing because she's a good character. I like the cop character.
Yeah, F5, by the way, the guy who plays him, he actually contracted polio in 1950, which paralyzed him and left him without the full use of his left arm. So, yeah.
And he still managed to have a career as an actor.
Oh, yeah.
I like it. That's good. And Angel gets an idea that little Tony's going to put a hit out on her, and he's half right. It's one of those things where he gets some of the information, but not all of the information, and finds out that they are going to come after her, but they're not coming after her in a generic way. Like they're not going to like send a hit squad after her. He doesn't know what it is that they've got cooked up. He does know Wolfram and Hart. I mean, I like the fact that in this universe. So unlike where Buffy has to warn somebody of danger, but she can't be like, well, the mayor's really wants to be an evil snake and he's got a evil slayer on his side. So you have to be careful. Like Angel can warn Kate that Wolfram and Hart's going to do something. And she's like, oh, I know Wolfram and Hart. They're the evil law firm. So it's just like, you know what I mean? Like they're able to, in this world, sure, she doesn't know all the supernatural elements of it, but she knows that it is in fact an evil law firm that will do certain stuff. And of course the fucking sensitivity training guy is magic guru bullshit. And they have the party of retirement party for her dad because I guess they had to give him an early retirement, obviously, because they're like, listen, officer, you can't keep letting these perps escape because you can't cuff them because your arm doesn't work. So we're gonna have to retire you. And she's looking good as fuck. And I like the fact that all these other guys that are clearly cops that all want to bang her are giving Angel the stink eye as he comes in. They're like, who's this fucking good looking model guy? And I like the thing between the dad. And then that's when we start to see this is a really cringy part, but it's really well acted by Elizabeth Rom, who plays Kate, where she just talks about her dad and how he wasn't there for her, and we kind of start seeing which cops are infected by it and which cops are not, because some of them support her and then other people are like, what the fuck are you talking like this at your dad's thing for? Like this isn't cool, man. And then some people are just like, Jesus, she's fucking crashing out. Me personally, I've been at parties and ceremonies and get together where somebody like crashes out and like overshares and does a bunch of shit, and this is definitely normal. And then it devolves into a big old fucking fight, and they're trying to figure out like what the fuck is wrong with Kate. It's obviously something mystical or whatever. I love that it's sort of like everything mystical that happens when people in Buffy and Angel, it's always like it looks like they're drunk. It's always something fucking like they act like they're fucking intoxicated. And Kate plays this really good. Like I remember her being very funny in this where and then she's making Cordy and Doyle like super duper super duper uncomfortable, and then she's like, okay,
she
well
the bit where she whips out a gun and says, sorry to be insensitive, but if you get in my way, I'll have to fucking shoot you, bro.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not trying to be insensitive, but if you don't get out of my way, I'm gonna blow the crap out of you with this pistol. I have this gun, and I'm gonna shoot you if you get in my way. Yeah, I don't think I have that actually. Well, it's in there. Whatever. So we're gonna stop sharing that. Get out of that because I do have a clip. So Angel goes and interrogates the guru guy. He touches the stick, and we get a great little scene. Sometimes Angel will acknowledge the evil angel that he was, the Angelus character, in order to intimidate somebody. And when he does it, it's always fucking solid gold. So it's like, tell me about your parents, Angel. That my parents were great. They tasted like chicken. It's like, holy shit, that's fucking dark. It's like, whoa, Angel, that's your parents, bro. That's not super cool. But yeah, things do devolve very quickly, and then we find out that the plan was ultimately to get the police to drop their guard. And
talk about whiplash. I'll tell you about whiplash. I've got emotional whiplash from having to deal with people like you day in.
I love this is actually what they have turned certain police departments into. They have actually turned them into things like this. Like, I don't think you're thinking about your mugger's feelings at all, are you? I don't think you're taking that into account. And I like that it's just like
politicians as well. That's how politicians toe.
Yeah.
It's really gotten out of hand.
But Angel to the rescue, and Cordy and Doyle are also trying to like fill him in on this. I love that it's like a slow reveal that you don't realize it until just this moment.
Okay, I think someone needs a hug.
I love the little, I don't. She's like, you have to get in there and save her. Go, be vampy. He's like, you both judge me when I go vamp. I feel your judgment, And then he just wants to hug him, and she's like, oh god, this is gross. Yeah, be careful what you wish for, Cordy. Because it's you're not gonna get it. And then the police station's going fucking wild, and Angel's being super fucking creepy, and they got to get in there. They do convince him ultimately that Kate has to be saved, so he's got to kind of like, come on, man, Kate's in there, she's gonna get killed. And so that's what actually gets him going. And they do get in there, and Angel comes in and saves. Yeah, this is great too. I love this. We're closed.
We're closed.
You're the police. You can't close.
Why not? Haven't we done enough?
I love this is okay. So this is a candy episode. Clearly, this is a candy episode. But I love me a good candy episode. And I think, I'm not gonna lie, I know don't come after me, but I think Angel does the the funny candy episodes better than Buffy does. Is that an opinion that you guys think is really like a hot take, or are you kind of agree with me on that one?
I will get back to you on that once we delve a little bit more into the series, because I've never really thought about that before.
I can think of all of the candy episodes like this, and like the one where they play spin the bottle and they lose their memory, or the one where the Halloween episode where Lauren is basically got Willow's power and making everybody do whatever he says, and everybody's just doing wild shit. All those candy episodes I find to be very, very entertaining with Angel. And I think Angel, or David Boreanaz, has an ability for humor that probably exceeds most of Buffy's cast. His like, and the of course Alexis Denisof playing Wesley. I think they have more ability for humorous stuff than the Buffyverse cast. I'm just saying, like, Giles is great when he's funny, but I don't know that, and of course Anya is got great comedic timing, and of course Spike does too. But then again, Spike's in some of those episodes, like the puppet episode on Angel is also fucking great. Candy episode and things like that. But anyway, you're a bloody puppet. Or Critter, you probably haven't seen that episode, have you?
No, the puppet one I did see a while ago.
Oh, did you?
I'm on the fence. I kind of think, as of now, I think the Candy episodes of Buffy are a little bit more fun. I don't know.
I don't know.
Have to watch a bunch more to make a determination.
Yeah, more to follow on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Sense and Sensitivity. Angel wins the day, of course, because of course he does. They capture Fat Tony again, and this time, Wolfram and Hart's like, eat a dick. We did everything we could for you, and they did a little too much. And then, of course, the relationship between Kate and her dad is, of course, strained, and as it's gonna be. And Angel feels bad for her, but I think it made him and Kate a little tighter. So, whatever else, is that. So, but a good solid episode, good Candy episode. My favorite line from it would probably going to be the Herb Saunders thing where he says, it's the hat, wasn't it? The hat was too much. Why would the hat be too much, Angel? Like the shirt wasn't too much. But his whole little I love boat trips all the way to Catalina. That whole like little scene, like that's all my favorite dialogue. Northern, what's your thoughts on this? What's your favorite quote from it?
I do like this episode. It's an episode I've kind of underappreciated, but the more I watch it now, it's kind of like, yeah, this is definitely fucking like real life. And, once again, it shows that David Boreanaz can be very stoic. He can be very masculine. He can be very, he can be sort of hard-boiled, but he can also be very goofy and light-hearted when he needs to. And he manages to balance it both without coming off inconsistent. And once again, Elizabeth Rom, a very underrated actress, playing a very underrated character who very sadly doesn't show up in the actual live action series, but thankfully I'm glad that we got to see her again in the comics for a little bit. So I'm trying to look for the line. It's basically maybe it should be less like a if you should be more like a rainbow and less of a painbow. A very lame line. It sounds like something goofy.
Not a painbow, and he does the air quotes after he fucking clocks his shit.
Yeah.
Critter, what's your overall thoughts, and what is your favorite line from this episode?
I thought the episode was okay. It didn't blow me away, probably because it got a little cringy. But I do like a mind virus or a physical virus, some kind of showing the breakdown of a city. As this virus spreads, and you see everything just getting broken down, all the chaos. So I kind of enjoyed that aspect of this episode. But yeah, it was all right. I liked it. Favorite quote was, I think it was mentioned earlier, give yourself permission to open up. What were your parents like? And then Angel's response, my parents were great, tasted like chicken.
That's a great line. It's a great thing that I think that's the first instance we have where, I mean, not counting, of course, when he was undercover going after the mayor, pretending to be Angelus, but I think that's our first instance of him like referencing his evil thing to kind of intimidate somebody. So I like it. Yeah, this is a much different Angel than the one we got on Buffy. You'd have to agree with me on that. Like this David Boreanaz, he's really getting to flex and become a better actor just in these few episodes into, like, we're still in the first, third of the season, right? Because we haven't even reached episode 10 yet, but he's really showing a lot more range here than he did in all 3 seasons of Buffy, in my opinion.
It would be interesting to see, like, I guess maybe as they began filming Angel season 1, Joss Whedon's notes or his, the Bible of this character's backstory, how much detail was there, or not that he was making it up as it went along, but like from all the flashbacks in Buffy seasons, first few seasons, and now we're doing this show, how much detail and how much was there prepped prior to going into production that gave backstory and other idiosyncrasies to this character. It'd be interesting to flip through those papers.
Yeah. So next week we'll be back with the next chronological Buffy episode, which is going to be The Initiative. And that'll be a good expository episode as it were. And the corresponding Angel episode will be Wait for it. It will be Bachelor Party. Okay, that's a fun episode. Also another Candy episode. Interesting. I mean, it gives some exposition for Doyle, but I mean, it's still, I think it's still pretty much. So yeah, those are good. Yeah, so we won't be skipping any either of those ones. I'll try to I'll try to make a post if we're going to skip episode, and I'll try to let you guys know a little bit quicker on that. So a lot of plates in the air this past week, but thank you guys as usual. All of your input is extremely valuable. We didn't have Toonie Boy and Mr. E today because they had family stuff, but we did get to keep it in a tight 49-minute and a few seconds, so that's pretty cool. With that, I'm going to do our sign off, and we will see you next time for a little bit of Buffyverse action.
Thank you, and goodbye.
Bye.
Previously on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
You are the Slayer. Into each generation, a Slayer is born.
Why don't we start with, hi, I'm Buffy.
Xander.
Cordelia. Willow, right?
Mr. Giles.
Angel.